Yat A, Shikedo Shidane, She Annalisa Rockbridge Winshia. Yes, hi, all is good. I'm Annalisa Rockbridge, and I'm gonna be your asana guide today. Welcome back to day 9 of 14 Days of Joy. Let's get started. Let's start on our backs. What a nice way to start, yeah? Allowing ourselves to come into a nice resting position. So maybe having the feet planted on the mat, on the floor, with the knees folding in towards each other might feel nice on the lower back. Maybe having the feet extended straight out in front of you might feel nice. Go ahead and choose here how to get comfortable. But let's allow both of our hands to come onto our stomachs. I'm going to choose to have my feet at mat width distance and knees knocking in. Placing my hands onto my stomach. Let's take a nice deep breath into the nose. And then notice this time how maybe the belly rises up with awareness that our hands are on the stomach. As you exhale, allow the belly to get smaller and smaller, moving in towards the spine. Let's do that again. Inhale in through the nose. Allowing the hands to expand as the belly rises up towards the sky. And then exhaling, letting the belly get smaller and smaller, moving down towards the spine. Last time, inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, just allow the belly to come in towards the spine, moving in and up. Just coming back to a regular breath, nothing forced, just naturally inhaling and exhaling. On your next inhale, draw the right knee in towards your chest, interlacing either behind the knee or around the shin. And then as you exhale, allow the left foot to extend straight out in front of you. Inhale, continue to guide that right knee up towards the right shoulder. And then as you exhale, continue to drive through that left heel, internally rotating that left thigh so the toes are pointing straight up into the sky. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, letting go of the right knee and inhaling to bring the left knee in towards the chest. Drive through that right heel as if there were a wall in front of you. Inhale to find length through the sides of the waist and the body. Exhale, continue to internally rotate that right thigh so it's turning in towards the left, so all 5 toes are up towards the sky. And then continue to draw that left knee in towards your chest. Very nice. As you exhale, extend both legs out in front of you. Maybe just pick up your head and look at your toes to make sure they're all pointing straight forward, and you have 10 of them still. And then as you exhale, gently guide your head back down towards the mat, allowing the chin to stay a little bit in so it's not jetting straight up into the sky. As you inhale, allow the right knee to come in towards the chest. As you lift the hands up and over your head, allow the thumbs to touch the ground first. And then as you exhale, allow the hands to come down as the right foot steps down. Let's do that again. As you inhale, lift the left knee into the chest and the hands rise up and above your head. Let the thumbs touch the ground first with control, precision. Exhale, allowing the foot and the hands to rest down onto the mat next to the waist. Inhale, right knee comes in towards the chest as the hands lift up and above your head. Maybe noticing that one thumb touches the floor first. As you exhale, the hands float down next to the waist as the right leg straightens out straight out in front of you. Inhale, that left knee comes in towards your chest. The hands float up and above your head. Exhale, allow the hands to float next to your waist. Very nice. As you inhale, maybe rocking and rolling up the length of your spine or just getting into a seated position, any way that you like to get there. And let's come into a nice child's pose. So coming down onto our hips, sinking down onto our heels, allowing the forehead to come down towards the mat, extending out through the hands.
And this time, focusing on how the breath moves throughout our back, how we're able to expand the ribs on the back. Begin to push down into your hands, push down into the pointer finger and thumb. Start activating the biceps, the flesh next to the ears, to roll up towards the sky, and then the triceps to move down towards the mat. Very nice, everybody. When you're ready, allow your hands to come onto a stack underneath the shoulders. Come into a neutral tabletop position. Lift your hips up into the sky, and then begin to walk your hands back to meet your feet. We're coming into our first forward fold of the day, Uttanasana. So there can be a hip distance at the feet, a deep, generous bend in the knees so that the chest rests onto the top of the thighs, tenting the hands down next to the feet to use as traction on the floor. Begin to shift the weight forward into your toes and straightening out the legs any amount that is comfortable to you right now. Allowing the crown of the head to come down towards the mat. Breathing here. As you continue to shift the weight forward into your toes. When you're ready, begin to roll yourself up slowly, allowing the tailbone to drop down towards the mat, and then articulating your spine one vertebrae at a time. Very nice. Let's make our way up to the top of the mat. Finding Tadasana by pushing the two big toes together with a sliver of space in between the heels. If this has any issues with the lower back, allow some space by making the feet at hip distance apart. Let's push down into our big toe, push down into the pinky toe, and then find the corners of the heels. Let's activate by pulling the inner arches up, by pulling the kneecaps up the legs. This will strengthen the thighs and the hamstrings. Allow the tailbone to move down towards the mat and pick the frontal hip points up towards the shoulders. Draw those frontal ribs in towards the back, and then pick the back of the ribs up off the waist. Allow the hands to float down next to the waist, pointing forward. Palms open. As if your fingertips had little weights on them, allow space and your shoulders to move down so space makes between the ears and the shoulders. Find a spot in front of you that isn't moving, that would be your dristi, and maybe set an intention for the rest of this practice or the rest of your day. When you're ready, on your next inhale, allow the arms to float forward and above. Pinkies lead up towards the sky. Grow tall through the sides of the waist, and then as you exhale, fold over your thighs, Uttanasana, forward fold. Keep shifting the weight forward into your toes as you inhale. Look up, Ardha Uttanasana. And then as you exhale, fold back over the thighs. Inhale, stand all the way up. Reach up for the sky. Maybe the palms touch. Maybe we look up at the thumbs. As you exhale, hands come straight down the center for Samasthiti. Let's do that again. As you inhale, float the arms up and above your head for a full external rotation. Let the pinkies lead. Palms face each other as the chin stays level with the ground. Grow tall. As you exhale, hinge over your thighs. Uttanasana, forward fold. Keep moving the weight forward into your toes as you inhale. Come up halfway for a long spine. Ardha Uttanasana. Drawing that lower belly in and up as you exhale, fold back over your thighs. Inhale, stand all the way up. Maybe the palms touch. Exhale, hands come straight down the center for Samasthiti. Very nice, everybody. Let's continue to build onto that. As we inhale, floating the arms up and above our head. Picking the back of the ribs up off the waist. As you exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Shift the weight forward into the toes. As you inhale, come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, the right foot steps back and the right knee comes down towards the mat. As you inhale, let's float the hands onto that left knee and straighten that right thigh so it's parallel to the wall behind you. On your next inhale, grow tall by lifting the hands up and above your head, picking the back of the ribs up off the waist. Maybe just allowing that left hip to continue to guide itself back as you guide the right hip forward. One more breath here. As you exhale, the hands to frame down the left foot. Pick up the right knee. How quietly can you step that left foot back? As you exhale, both knees come down towards the mat and bend the elbows halfway, Chaturanga Dandasana. Roll down all the way onto the mat, push down into the tops of the feet, and then draw the ankles in towards each other. Push down into your pubic bone as you drag your hands back next to your ribs and draw the elbows in towards each other. Inhale, push down into your hands, lift the head and the shoulder heads away from the mat. Bhunjani Asana. As you exhale, forehead comes down towards the mat. Push into the hands and knees into a neutral tabletop position. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up into the sky. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. As you inhale, step the right foot up to the right hand and allow the left knee to come down towards the mat. Untuck the toes. As you inhale, float the hands onto the right knee as you guide that right hip and left hip forward. Inhale, float the arms up and above your head, growing tall by picking the back of the ribs up off the waist, and the lower belly is moving in and up. Breathing here. Maybe the palms touch, maybe we look up at our thumbs. Just feeling the difference between the right and the left hip. When you're ready, the hands come down, framing the right foot. Pick the left knee up and step the left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, come up for Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, fold back over your thighs. Inhale, stand all the way up into the sky. Palms touch. And then as we exhale, pull it straight down the center for Samastitihi. Very nice. Let's continue to move. Inhale, float the arms up and above the head. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, grow long through the sides of the waist, Ardha Uttanasana. Lower belly moves in and up. As you exhale, this time the left foot steps back, the left knee comes down towards the mat. Inhale, float the hands up and above your head, palms touch. As you exhale, allow the left hand to come down towards the mat. Pick the left knee up, and then the right hand floats up into the sky. As you inhale, pull the forehead away from the midline, and exhale, draw that right hip back for a dragonfly twist. You're doing great. Continuing to breathe here. Gaze can be neutral, down at the left hand or up at the right hand. As you exhale, the right hand comes down towards the mat. Step the right foot back. How quietly can you move it through a vinyasa? So choose it to either move your elbows down halfway for chaturanga, flipping over the tops of the feet, keeping the hips and knees lifted, drawing the sternum through the arms. As you exhale, hips come up and back, downward facing dog. This time the left foot steps up to the left hand, the right knee comes down towards the mat. Inhale, float the hands up and above your head. Palms touch. Lower belly moves in and up. As you exhale, the right hand floats down towards the mat. Pick the right knee up and the left hand floats up into the sky. As you exhale, continue to pull that left hip back. Inhale, grow spread across the chest and the collarbones. Grow tall to the sides of the waist. And then when you're ready, as you exhale, the left hand comes down. Step the right foot up. Inhale, come up halfway for a long spine. Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, sink the hips down into the heels and then raise the hands up next to the ears for Utkatasana, chair pose. Sink down just a little bit more into the heels. Draw the lower belly in and up and the tailbone down towards the mat. As you exhale, straighten out the legs, hands come down into the chest. Samastitihi. Very nice, everybody. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, float the hands up next to the ears and sink down into the hips. Let's look down at our toes. Make sure you can see them if you can't. Move the shins backwards and sit a little bit lower down towards the mat. Draw the lower belly in and up and the tailbone down towards the mat as you lift the chest up into the sky. Utkatasana, chair pose. Keep the bend in the knees as you exhale, fold over your thighs, Uttanasana. Keep moving the weight forward into your toes as you inhale and look up, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, step back into plank pose. So the hands are stacked directly underneath the shoulders. Pull the sternum through the arms. Spread across the chest and collarbones. Keep the hips lifted up as the lower belly moves in and up. So activate that core. Keep pushing down into the hands and drawing the sternum through. Lower belly's moving in and up as you drive back through your heels. You're doing great. One more breath here. You're doing a good job. Just stick with it. And then as you exhale, both knees come down towards the mat. Draw that lower belly in and up as you bend the elbows halfway, Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower all the way down to the mat. Very nice, everybody. Push down into the top 10 of the toes and the top of the feet. Draw the ankles in. Push down to the pubic bone and then draw the hands back. Elbows come in towards each other. Push down into the hands. Lift the forehead and the shoulder heads for Bhunjani Asana, Baby Cobra. Exhale, left cheek comes onto the mat and rest. Inhale, draw the ankles in, push down to the pubic bone, push down at the hands, lift the shoulder, head, and the head. Gaze stays neutral as you exhale. Right cheek comes down towards the mat. Inhale, push down into the hands, Bhunjani Asana, Baby Cobra. Exhale, forehead comes down towards the mat. Push down into the hands and the knees. Come into a neutral tabletop position. Make sure the hands are at shoulder distance apart, pushing pointer finger pointing forward. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up, and pull them back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Making sure the feet are at hip distance apart and the heels are displayed outwards. Keep pushing down into the hands and evenly distributing the weight within the feet and the legs. One more breath here. Let's step that left foot into the middle of your space between in the back of the mat. Inhale, lift the right foot up for three-legged dog. If you like, go ahead and open up that dog. If not, continue to draw the right hip down by drawing the right pinky toes down towards the mat. When you're ready, allow both feet to come down towards the mat. Stepping the right foot in between the mat and then lifting that left leg up behind you. Noticing the difference between the right and the left side of the body today. Keep pushing down into your hands and lifting up. If you open up on the right side, maybe you want to open up onto that left side. Wherever you are today, it's where you need to be. Allow both feet to come down towards the mat. Step the right foot up to the right hand and seal the back of the mat at a 45-degree angle. Maybe walk this right foot over a heel in two. Inhale, come up for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Draw that right hip back and guide that left hip forward. Maybe the palms touch at the top of the head. Keep putting a deep bend in that right knee. Exhale, hands come down towards the mat. How quietly can you pick up the right foot and step it back? Very nice. Shift forward onto the toes. Lower belly goes in and up as you exhale, lower down halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale, push down into the pointer finger and thumbs with a micro bend in the elbows for Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips come up and back, downward facing dog. Good job, everybody. Let's put our left foot up to the left hand. Seal the back of the mat at that 45-degree angle, and then draw that left hip back before we rise up into that Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Keep driving down through that left foot, stacking the left knee on top of the left ankle, a nice strong Tadasana laying on the right thigh. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, allow both hands to come down towards the mat. How quietly can we pick up that left foot, step it back, and move it through a vinyasa?
taking 2 to 3 breaths here in this vinyasa or in this down dog, this Adho Mukha Svanasana. Evenly distributing the weight, allowing both knees to come down towards the mat, sinking down into our heels, coming back into that Balasana that we came into earlier. Allowing the hands to stretch out in front of us, push down into the pointer finger, push down into the thumbs so that the biceps continue to roll up towards the sky and the triceps continue to roll down towards the mat. Push the hips back, allow the forehead to come down towards the mat, and breathe. Very nice. Let's roll over onto our hips. Allow the feet to come out in front of us. Place the hands underneath or behind the knees. Lift the feet up into the sky. Lift the chest up so we take out any curvature in the lower back. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, lower down halfway. Keep the ankles and the shoulder heads lifted. Exhale, come back halfway up. Inhale, lower down halfway. Exhale, come back up. Lower down halfway as you inhale, finding length. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, lower down. Keep the hips, or excuse me, keep the ankles lifted. Keep the shoulder heads lifted. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, lengthen out. You're doing great. You can do this. There's only a couple of them, so we can put our best foot forward for that. Knowing that you're showing up and doing the best that you possibly can is what's going to count today. Inhale, find length. Don't hold your breath when things get hard. Exhale here. Inhale, find a length. Exhale, last one. Allow both of the feet to come down towards the mat and rest down onto your back. As you inhale, lift both feet up into the sky. Exhale, allow the feet to just barely tap. Inhale, bring the legs back up. Exhale, lower them down. Maybe placing the hands behind the lower back might help, but just don't swing the legs and use the momentum. Use control. Exhale here. Inhale. Just concentrate on your breath. You're almost done. 2 more. And then rolling yourself up into a seated position. Coming into Sukhasana, so the right leg is crossed in front of the left. As you inhale, lift the hands up and above your head. Grow tall through the sides of the waist. As you exhale, fold over your crossed legs, walking your hands forward any amount, and then allowing the forehead to come down towards the mat, dropping in between your arms. Breathing here into the back of the ribs, expanding the chest across the back. When you're ready, you start to walk your hands back. Change the interlacing of your legs. Inhale, find length. Lift the hands up and above your head. And then as you exhale, fold over your thighs. Again, just noticing the difference between the right and the left, the different sensations in the body. How are you feeling today as you move and when you wake up? If your mind begins to wander, it's completely natural and normal as the heart rate begins to lower and the breath becomes natural and normal. Exhales have begun to lengthen. Begin to walk yourself back. Extend the legs out in front of you or keep them bent. And then roll down onto your backs, coming into our final resting pose of the day, Shavasana. We made it, you guys. We've done enough movement. Let's let the right leg externally rotate out towards the right and the left leg to externally rotate out to the left. Let's allow the palms to rest down onto Mother Earth so that the palms are facing up to Father Sky. Let's just lie here and rest. As you breathe in through the nose, maybe just noticing how the chest rises up naturally. And then when you're ready, just allow a sigh of an exhale. Realizing and noticing the work that you've done and that you're done moving throughout the day or for this practice. Inhale here. Continue to surrender down into Mother Earth, letting her support you. Again, if your mind begins to wander to a memory or a plan, a sensation in the leg or a noise in the room, just recognize that it's moved away from your breath. Come back to your breath. So nice, smooth, gentle inhales in through the nose. Nice, smooth, gentle exhales out through the nose. Continue to breathe here on your own, inhaling in through the nose, and how the breath naturally exhales out through the nose. Nothing's forced. Just noticing what's running through your mind, what's taking over your thoughts. Are you problem solving? Are you thinking about what you have to do next? Just continue to rest just a little bit longer. Two more deep breaths here on your own, nice and smooth and gentle inhales in through the nose. Maybe the chest rises up, maybe the belly rises up. Nice soft sigh exhales, letting go of whatever you're holding on to. When you're ready, begin to invite little circles into your wrists, little circles into your ankles. Maybe rolling over to your favorite side and letting your hand get heavy wherever it lands. Pausing here for just a moment before we rush back into our busy lives. It'll be there. Pushing down into Mother Earth, rising up to Father Sky. Knowing that every day the hardest part about anything is going to be showing up. Choosing to take time out of your day
just to move for a couple of moments to recognize how you're feeling today, or just sitting here and inhaling and exhaling. It's always going to be the hardest part is showing up, but you've already done that. The highest light in me sees and honors the highest light in all of you. Ahiahe. Well, good afternoon, everybody. And that was, yay, that was day 9 of 9 days of joy. Okay, so drink lots of water. It's been warm lately. And just know that this isn't easy. It isn't easy showing up every single day, making time, finding time, doing the time, doing the work. It's hard, and I know it is. But it will get the more and more. It's called a practice because the more and more we show up, it's not the easier it gets. It's just the more we understand how to breathe and how to focus on our breath. And we look forward to those moments that we have to ourselves. And they only might be short moments of 18 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 75 minutes. But those are just moments of your time that you can spend with yourself, noticing what's taking over your mind, what you can't stop thinking about instead of your breath. So just bringing awareness into your body, bringing awareness into your thoughts, bringing awareness to your breath. That's what yoga can help everybody. You don't have to be flexible to do yoga. You just have to be able to breathe. So I hope you're enjoying the series, and I look forward to seeing you for day 10 tomorrow. Have a great day. How good one.